Hey YouTube and everybody. Apologies if this is not a very good video. It's my first video I'm making. This is going to be about replacing high pressure fuel pump on the Audi Q7. Mine is 2007. Actually doing it for a friend. This should apply to other years as well. First thing I want to mention, this is the one that came out. It's a 127.025. which Hitachi version is HPP 0012. All the parts stores say that this should only work up to zero body chassis version 048.000, but that is not true. This car is 051.000, which is later model, and the stores call for HP 0013. That is the wrong part number. The difference between 12 and 13 is this cap right here, was the port for the sensor. The 12 has it, the 13 just has a blocking plate here. The 13 equivalent part number will be 127.025C at the end. So make sure you check that before you order. It's super easy to see on the car. I'll show you in a little bit. It's a pretty easy job. I did it in 3 hours doing it first time. As you can see, there's 3 mounting screws that are Torx T30. To crack them loose, I just used a simple bit. It's a little hard to get to the bottom one. I'll show you in the car in a bit. You could also use this one. This is a bit short. You need a little longer one to have easier access. Once you crack them loose, you can just use a normal screw type T-Torx to loosen them up. You will also need to take the sensor off right here. You can either use these kind of type of pliers, I forget the name, or it's a 24mm hex for the sensor. Once you get that off, you can get access to this other hose, and the one with the yellow cap, you can actually keep it. It's a short rubber hose that goes here. You can take this off later once you get the pump out. That's what I did. And for the hoses, you will need the 14mm and the 17. You could also use the specific hose ones that grab around a little better. You could also use short one if you have. That would certainly help. Just kind of go by whatever's on your car and whatever's easier for you. So let's go back to the car and I'll show you around. And there's a sensor that you probably can't see on the bottom in the car that you have to unplug. So keep in mind it's underneath there. Hard to get. So let's jump to the car and I'll show you where is everything at. So it's a Q7. So the pump is on the left side, driver's side, all the way in the back here. This is it right here. So you can get it all out without taking anything else off. Unfortunately, you have this bracket in the back that's in your way. Makes the job a little hard. Let me see if I can get a better picture. So all I did is you gotta take this plastic clamp off, and there's one more over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. That will loosen up your harness. So obviously take this connector. There's one more connector here that you can take off. Makes it easier access. So you can see one screws right here at top. That's the easy one. And there's one right there on the side, and one underneath. I don't know if you could see that. Probably not. It's hiding under the hoses there. But you get the idea. There it is, hiding. You can see it a little bit. So the problem with that screw is once you crack it loose and completely off the threads, you cannot take it out, because I don't know if you can see, there is a coolant hose right there. You can see the black one underneath, all the way right there, which is metal, so it won't let you take it out, but that's no problem. I'll explain later how you take it out. So you will need to take off this one first, and then so you get it out of the way and get more access. Then this is the rubber hose. You take that one off, and this one just loops back to the back of the pump. That's the one I told you to keep in there. You can take it off later. You can try taking it off, but I did not have access because of this bracket. And finally, you need to crack these two on top. This one right here, since this is a metal pipe, you have to take it completely off, otherwise you won't be able to move your pump. The access is enough to get there once the sensor is out, so take the sensor off first, and this hose in the front, that will get you nice access. Keep in mind that there's going to be fuel pressure, so set up a lot of regs. I had to wait quite a while, and there is pressure once you crack this one loose and get the pressure out. There is still pressure on the metal one behind this. I guess it's a separate chambers or circuits. So this is it, and the last complicated part is once you take the pump out, get it loose. Unfortunately, because of that coolant metal hose, you cannot move it too far out. So once you move it far out enough that it pops out of the engine, what you have to do is rotate it counterclockwise. I say about 45 degrees for the pump, and kind of wiggle it out. But I just want you to know that you gotta, once you pull it out, you move it counterclockwise, and then you can get the little piston away from the engine and out through the top here to get it out. Not super complicated. As I said, 3 hours should be plenty of time for you to do it. Then replace it, put it all back together, and I don't remember the codes that I had. I'll post it in the description, but if my memory serves right, it was like low fuel rail pressure and some other code for the fuel, so it was pretty obvious that the pump was bad. And if you have VCDS, you know, VW software, you can check your requested fuel pressure and the one you're getting. This car was only getting 6.5, and it didn't have power, barely drove, especially uphill and stuff. RPMs were increasing super low, and the pressure just stayed at 6.5 no matter how much you accelerate, which was not what was requested. I think requested was like 40 or above. Once I replaced it, started right up, and is driving awesome. Got its power back. Alrighty, hope you have a easy job. I couldn't find any videos replacing it on Audi, so there it is, and it's a V6 3.6 engine. This is also, I believe, some VWs have this, and some Porsches have this. Thanks for watching.